Thank you for joining me on this Yoga for Health video. You can take a moment to find yourself in a comfortable, seated, upright position. This can be done in a chair, like I'm demonstrating, or you can also come to a seated position on your mat. Take a moment just to ground, to close your eyes, and settle in. Inviting yourself to sense your ears aligning over your shoulders gently stacked above your hips, your sits bones rooting. Every time you invite an inhale, inviting the spine to open and lengthen. Every time you exhale, sensing your energy ground, tips of the scapula melting down towards the hips, heart space is open. Connecting with your three-part full yogic breath, as we did in the other videos. This time as we connect, we're going to draw attention to the Mula Bandha, the root lock, located between the rectum sex organs, the perineum muscle area group. You're going to think about, as you exhale your breath all the way out, squeeze and hold all the breath out, and then engage the root lock. So think about engaging that perineum sort of in and up towards your heart slightly. Giving a sense of toning in your pelvic floor. And then when you need to inhale again, relax. So breath fills the belly, the rib cage, and the heart. And as you exhale, take your time, smoothly exhale all the breath out. Belly button draws into spine, squeeze and empty. And after you have exhaled all the breath out, engage that Mula Bandha. Sense that toning, heart lifting. When you need to inhale again, release that Mula Bandha and invite that breath to just pull deep and down, and then continue to draw breath up into the ribs, up into the clavicles. Taking this at your own pace, suspending at the top, and exhale, and see if you can connect again to that Mula Bandha as you exhale the breath all the way out. And when you need to inhale again, just allow breath to return to its natural rhythm. We're going to inhale, bring the shoulders up, exhale, let them roll down and back a few times with your breath, inhaling up and exhale. And again, inhale and exhale. Keeping the side body long, inhale, arms sweep high, front of the ribs draws back to meet the spine, arms are anchored. And then from here, we're gonna just ground down through your right arm and stretch up and over to that right side. Take an inhale as you lengthen and reach, exhale. Go a little further if you can, both hips remain anchored. Inhale back up through center. Exhale up and over to the other side. Trying to keep the side body lengthening, the shoulders stacking. Trying not to collapse. Inhale your way back up. And again, exhale up and over to the first side. Breathing, moving as you breathe. Inhaling up and exhale. Good. Inhale up and exhale, palms to heart center. Take a moment, deep breath in and exhale through the mouth. Now we're going to go into an extended child's pose, and I'm going to show you with the chair, but if you're on your mat, you can do this on your mat as well. So with the chair, you can bring your hands to the chair and just walk your feet back, and you can bend your knees to do this. You don't want to round in your lower back. You want to sense the tailbone sort of tipping up towards the sky. You even want to place a hand on your lower back to make sure that lumbar curve is extending and not rounding into the palm. You can play with that. And then knees can be bent so you can sense those thigh bones energizing back, heels are grounding. Arms can kind of walk along the chair, and you can draw the arms into the sockets. the front of the ribs back toward the spine, and then the head can release. Take a couple breaths here as you lengthen into it. If you're doing this on the mat, you can just start in all fours, toes are tucked, and then you're simply reaching your hips back towards your heels, your arms out. And then again, trying not to round or tuck the tailbone. You're keeping the idea of the tailbone lifting up towards the sky. Head and neck are free of any tension. And see if you can just kind of breathe there for another 2 to 3 breaths. Breathing in as you sense that lengthening of the spine. Breathing out as you might release any tension, any holding. And again, thinking about that breathing in and breathing out. Maybe take a moment just to reconnect to that idea of that mula band, engaging the perineum muscle, and then starting to bring yourself out of the pose, letting your heart lift you up. And we're gonna come to a standing position. I'm gonna demonstrate again with the chair today. You don't have to use the chair. You may also want blocks handy, and you can just bring them to the seat of your chair as well. So you can just stand and take your left foot to face the chair, so the toes are facing the seat of the chair. Your right foot, you can step back about, it depends on the length of your legs, but just kind of stepping wide, trying to sense your hips open up to that wide edge of your mat. Inhale, shoulders up, exhale them, roll them down and back, arms rise up like we're coming into a warrior two. We're gonna bend gently into that left knee, tracking the knee over your second, third toe. Good, and again, grounding to the outer edge of that back foot. Let the shoulders relax, the front ribs draw back. Engage with that mula bandha. Think about toning that area. Take a breath here, inhale. And as we exhale, we might just start to reach the left fingertips towards the chair, the arm closest to the chair. Now you might just have a hand on the blocks on the seat of the chair. The other arm might reach up and overhead. You might rest it on your hip. So turning your body sort of into what's called side angle. For some of you, you might be able to reach all the way for the chair. Just making sure we're not collapsing here in that left side. You want to keep the spine connected to its plumb so the whole line is nice and long. And then you can also, some people might be able to bring their elbow to their thigh. So do what's right for you, making sure head is nice and neutral. Some people might even be able to take their hand down to the ground. We're breathing here, most importantly. Take a nice deep breath in, shoulders opening, side body long and lengthening. Remember that mula bandha if you can, and exhale. Next inhale, we'll bring ourselves back up, and then exhale, we can just step to face the chair. And we're gonna do it on the other side, so you can just stay as you are with the right foot. I'm just gonna rotate just for the video's sake. So right foot stays front and then left foot steps back. Again, hips are squaring, setting up for that warrior two base, bending into that front knee, making sure that the toes are facing the chair, knees over toes. Spine is stacked, arms can rise, inhale. And as we exhale, reaching for that chair. So start to reach for the chair, hands can again come on blocks that are stacked. Come on the seat of the chair. Arm, that free arm might reach up and overhead here. Elbow might even come to thigh, or hand might even reach to the ground or on blocks. And we're breathing here, connecting to the outer edge of that back foot that's away from the chair, that's rooting into the mat. That pinky side edge of the foot is grounding as we lengthen all the way up through the fingertips. Take a deep breath here. Inhale. Exhale, remember that mula bandha. Good. One more breath, inhaling. Grounding into the feet as you exhale. Next inhale, we'll lengthen ourselves back up into that warrior two and then extend that leg. Nice work. You can just step together, take a moment in Tadasana. Inhale and exhale. Good, and then we're gonna just take a moment and make your way down onto your mat. So if you want, I'm gonna show you an alternate version with the chair as well. So if coming to your mat is not an option, we're gonna go into boat pose. Most importantly, again, try not to collapse into your lumbar curve. Keep the spine extended. Hands can be behind you. You can just come up to tips of toes, or you can lift the shins. You can also extend and reach the arms, okay? So with a chair, you can be sitting on your chair. And again, same thing, just kind of tip back. Maybe you just come onto the tips of your toes. Maybe you play with lifting one leg. Maybe you alternate. You're smiling and breathing, no matter what you're doing. Spine is extending. Inhale, extend that spine. Exhale, ground into your seat. Maybe you float the arms, or hands can come to chair. Maybe you lift both legs. Again, we're not collapsing in that lumbar curve, so most importantly, keep the spine long, breathe. And then let's come on down wherever you are. And you can make your way for Shavasana, so come on to a resting position on your back, either Shavasana or constructive rest, or you can remain sitting in your chair. And when you're ready, just close the eyes back down. Take a couple deep breaths, letting all the efforting go. Giving yourself a few moments here just to integrate, to receive. To simply practice that idea of just being as you are, nothing to do, nowhere to go. Connect to the sense of your breath just as it is, moving in and out of the body. Maybe even connecting to an intention for yourself, for your day. With each inhale, just invite that intention to fill the body. And with each exhale, letting yourself just be a little more open, accepting, releasing any expectations of yourself or the day. Inhaling in that sense of openness, and exhale, release. Continue to find moments of connecting to your breath, connecting to your intention throughout the rest of your day. You can take as much time as you like to remain here, to reflect, to rest. When you are ready, just start to move again, gently, in ways that support yourself and your intention. Thank you again for joining me on these Yoga for Health videos. And namaste.